Hey everybody, it's the Mad Queens, and we are finally back. It took us like a whole year to get here, but we're actually back together and we're about to talk about our predictions for season 8 of Game of Thrones. But before we do it, let's introduce ourselves, lady. Let's first start with AK.
What's good, my people? AK, y'all know what to do. I've been in the damn streams like all week, so let's go ahead and get this one started.
And also Lady D.
Hey guys, it's Lady D. It feels really good to get back to streaming. T baby, thank you for doing this. AK, thank you for doing this.
I know I'm
I'm excited.
excited. I'm
Yeah.
really excited. I have been lately talking about Game of Thrones. I'm now on my official rewatch before the season starts and everything. So I just finished season 2. So I'm still at, fuck Jamie, he ain't shit, and Theon, he can get it cut off, who cares? I'm like there. I haven't got that emotional, where it's like, oh, we feel bad for them, blah blah blah. Have y'all started to rewatch yet?
No. I've been rewatching slowly
Hmm.
because like I wasn't moving around for a while. So I was sort of rewatching, but like not in a sequence that I should have been. I was kind of looking at specific episodes for things, like things
Hmm.
that I wanted to see, and things where I was like, whatever happened to that? And I tried to figure it out, and they were just dead ends. So I'm just I guess I'm waiting to do my rewatch after I watch the season. Like I feel like I've watched it. I feel like if you do a cumulative, like how much did you watch all of these episodes? Like we've probably
Yeah.
all watched each one of these episodes, guys, like 5 or 6 times, 7, 8, 10 times. Some episodes, the same episode. So it's like I kind of
Yeah.
don't want to rewatch anything else. Like I just want
Yeah.
to see the new season, and then I'll rewatch the whole thing.
Yeah, I was like slowly at first on season 1, but once like I got to third, fourth episode, I was just into it. I was like, yep, I'm all in the feels. I don't know, it's because it's the final season, so it's like a ritual. You got to do it. I don't know. I'm obsessive like that. AK, did you do the rewatch yet, or you just like be like I've rewatched it enough times?
I've been sporadically watching episodes.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it. I haven't gone in order too much because I've been doing a episode club with Mackenzie Burns on her channel, and that's been fun. So shameless plug, y'all go over to Mackenzie's channel, check those podcasts out. And outside of that, honestly, I haven't been watching a whole lot because the information's already there in my head. So all I need is a slight refresher every now and then to get into this new season.
Yeah, for some reason I don't talk about Thrones for like a year and I forget everything. Like I don't know whose stream I was on, but I forgot that like Danny met Mel, and I was like, she did? Like when did that happen? I was like, yeah, dummy, that happened already. So my goofy ass, I have to rewatch. Get all that coming to me. It's like, yeah, okay. So let's talk about what we think is gonna happen with some of these characters. One person I'm curious to see what you guys have to say is about Theon, because I don't really hear a lot of people really talking about what's gonna happen to Theon, or they kind of say it's just gonna be wrapped up real quick in a bow. But what do you think is gonna happen? Do you think he's gonna be successful in getting his sister?
I think no one's talking about it because no one cares. Like I'm sorry, but they kind of like really screwed over the Ironborn plot. Like it doesn't even make sense anymore. It's like Theon's just been through enough. Kill him already, or do something with him. Like
Like,
I don't
this
know.
is
I think no one cares. I think for the reasons of plot, like plot armor, he's gonna have to stay alive, and he's gonna have to get her. Yara Asha. He's gonna have
Yeah,
to get her. Otherwise, what is the point? Like, he went through all of this and she's still alive and he doesn't get her. Like, damn, Game of Thrones. Like,
I mean, wouldn't that just be like George R. R. Martin though? Rob went through a whole bunch of random shit. I mean, yeah, ultimately he ended up thinking with his dick, but he went through a whole bunch of other shit to try to get his pops back, and look what the fuck happened. It wouldn't surprise me if he went through all this stuff and then got shanked in the end.
Yeah, like I don't think it's gonna be a happy ending. I mean, I'm borderline don't even think it's gonna be bittersweet, to be honest with you. I think that he might die trying to save his sister.
Yeah,
but,
that makes sense. But he has to get like if he dies getting her, then fine. But she has to be freed. Like, there's no point. We've already seen someone die in his captivity already, like because of the sand snakes, right? And the mom, right?
Sad.
So that was so sad and hilarious. Like, it was hilariously sad.
I'm glad they wrapped that up. It was just like, okay, you clearly fucked up on this one. Let's just wrap this up. One good episode. They was like,
the only plot line that they fucked up more than the Greyjoys was Dorne.
Yeah, it was Dorne.
Because I still don't know who this Euron is. Like, who is this guy? You couldn't even give me an eye patch. It's like, come on, HBO, get it together.
Nah, I was just talking about that on the damn podcast with me, Clarissa Thompson, and Mackenzie Burns. You couldn't get this man some blue lipstick and an eye patch. You could have just went to the damn dollar costume store for $2. It was in the budget. You didn't have to skip over that.
We're just being petty at this moment.
Look, hashtag petty, damn it.
So okay,
why not?
So we're agreeing that we think that Theon's going to die to save her, but what's going to happen with her? Like, is she going to be able to rally some Greyjoys? Is it kind of like they just went to Euron's side and that's a done deal? Like, what's her purpose after she's freed?
I think she will be able to rally some Greyjoys. Like, if not, then why not just already kill off Asha and Theon? Because this was stupid. Like, there's no point. There's literally no point to the Ironborn arc if she doesn't get free, and then something happens for her to take control of the Ironborn and for them to play a role in what is to be the fights to come, either for like the Seven Kingdoms, or the final fight for the Dawn and what'll be the Riverlands, whatever. If they're not doing, if there is absolutely no Greyjoy input to that, like, that would be a travesty. Like, think about that. Like, literally, Theon went through all this stuff, right? Got his hoo-ha cut off. Like, this man has really been through it. Like, how you cut somebody, you cut a man's, like, you cut it off. That's a problem. Like, he's really gone through it. And for him to go through all of that stuff and then finally, all right, if he's going to die for Asha, and then for Asha to rally some Ironborn and for them just to all die, like, what would be the point? There has to be some significance there. I just refuse to believe. If not, then Theon's entire arc is stupid. If not, because
it turned out that way
from the first season, and that means that Theon's entire arc is absolutely trash. Then, because
his stroke game is trash. Nothing. I was watching season 2, and just his stroke game was just trash.
Why do we have to go there?
No,
I'm sorry. She was like crossing her eyes like it was the best thing. And I was like, this is trash.
It's like opening and closing the door. Like,
no wonder you got played. Everyone played Theon. Poor little Theon. So Theon's dead, and Asha Yara, she lives. Who's another character? Let's talk about Varys. Like, what do you guys think is going to happen to him? We know that Melisandre said that he was going to die in Westeros. So what do you think is going to happen? Like, how does he die, or who kills him? Does he die at Winterfell? Does he die somewhere else? Like, let's talk.
I don't know if it will necessarily be Winterfell, but I think magic is going to have something to do with his death. just because that's like the thing he hates the most. And right now, there's all types of magic afoot in Westeros. So something extra, I think, is going to happen with him, and that's how he's going to bite it. What that extra is, I can't say, but it just seems like it's got to be something tied in that will personalize his death to him, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I never, like, he's a second thought. Like, I never really thought about it, but it's interesting to think, like, how he's done some messed up things. Like, I wonder if Bran's going to, like, call him out on that, or is he going to let it go for the greater good? Because, you know, he was planning on killing Ned Stark at one point, or said that he could easily be killed. You know, Arya overheard that.
I don't think that was Varys. That was Illyrio. Varys was the one who was saying, you know, well, one hand isn't like the other.
Yeah.
So right. I don't think Varys was ever fully on board with the plan to kill Ned. I think he actually had a decent amount of respect for Ned and could see his character. And I think it's shown, like, when Ned is in the dungeon and he goes down there in his disguise and he's talking, he was like, what on earth possessed you to tell this bitch what the hell you were going to do? And I think that was just him saying, like, bruh, why? I see the spark. You had it. Things could have actually worked out and started changing with you, but you let your bleeding heart honor get in the way, and now we're here, so I can't even fucking help you if I really wanted to.
Honor will get you killed. Like, if I lived in Westeros, I would be, you could not trust me. I'd be fucking Littlefinger, because Honor gets you killed so, and they talk about honor so much. Where's your honor? Like, fuck honor. I want to live.
Right, like, sometimes you got to bend the rules, man. And Ned could not see past that, unfortunately.
I love Ned, but Ned was a dumbass. Who goes up to Cersei and say, I know that you got some bastard kids, run off before I tell you. What? Like, see, you just basically say, kill me, bitch, kill me.
Kill me now.
Like, what are you doing? But OTDA has a question that he wants me to ask you guys, and he wants to know, will we hear the voice in the flames?
You know what, man? The thing that for the only like 1 or 2 scenes she was in, the thing that got me about Kinvara when Varys was still in Essos was that was the first time we ever saw Varys shook. This dude is like one of the most collected cats ever. If plan A fails, he's got a plan B. If plan B fails, he's got a plan C, D, E, F, G, H, I to get her done. He never sweats about anything, really. But as soon as Kinvara started mentioning those words that were set in the flames, this dude looked scared as shit. And it's the same on his face with Mel. Like those red women have Varys shook, so something has to come from that. That's what I'm saying. There has to be some type of magic involved in his death. Something has to come from that.
I like that.
I don't know what it's going to be. You know, I know in the trailer we saw him I'm assuming it's a deeper tunnel in the dungeons or in somewhere under Winterfell with some of the younger women and children that couldn't fight. So something's going to go down there, I think, or whenever they're fleeing from there, something's going to happen and Varys is going to get got. I don't think he makes it out of here at all.
Yeah, I think everyone's dying. Like, no one's surviving.
That's the safest way to look at it. Like, I love Arya and I want her to survive, but I'm not naive enough to say, oh no, she's Super Wolverine, Faceless Man now, and she can't die. No. Like she said back in, what was it, season 3 or 4 when she was Tywin's cupbearer, anyone can be killed.
Yeah, she
knew back then anyone can be killed, and I say the same thing now. Anybody can die. She's not safe. No one is safe.
Nope, all of your faves are dead. No, it's messed up.
You heard it here, man. Just get that in your head, people. No one is safe. Everyone can die. Oh, I see him. Hey, Monero. Is Monero in the chat?
Is she? Hey, beauty queen, we miss you.
Are you still out? Are you still out working right now, Monero? What's happening? Because if you're not, damn it, get your ass on here.
Okay, so B, do you have anything to say about Varys, or do you?
I think he has to burn.
You said it's so nice and polite. I think he has to burn.
I do. I think he has to burn. I think he has to burn. I think that's the whole point of Varys. And I think the Kinvara thing is very interesting because what had him shook wasn't the fact that, okay, well, she knows there was some magic, going on with me. What had him shook is when she was like, do you want me to tell you what the voice said? He was like, oh, no.
Yes, that look on his face. Oh my goodness. It was priceless.
He did not want that at all.
Like, yeah, bitch, I left that in the past.
I left that in the past. Right, I killed the wizard. I got it. Like, I'm okay.
Yo, Fandom D just came in the chat room talking about Black Wildling.
I see that. Black Wildling.
Yes. The Black Wildling is here tonight.
The t-shirt that says that Black Wildling. That was the best. But yeah, I think he has to burn, y'all. I think he has to burn. And so, because I think he has to burn, I think he's not going to die at Winterfell. I'm going to say that. He's going to die, but he's not going to die at Winterfell. He's not. I'm sorry. He got to come out because he's going to burn. He has to. He can't just. No, they played us with that Littlefinger death. Now y'all kill Varys on some he get stabbed by a white BS. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all killed the Blackfish unnamed Lannister soldier. We're just gonna revolt. Like enough already, man.
Right, like y'all did that shit with Barristan. Y'all did that shit
that
with
so messed up.
Blackfish. I mean, yeah, and they even lightweight. I feel like they're gonna fuck up with Beric too because Thorel's died, but we still got Beric. I'm almost guaranteed that we're gonna see Beric die in season 1. Like you got this motherfucker through all this shit to not make it until the end. It just sounds like some shit Dan and Dave would do.
Yeah.
Let me just make your day though, because I think he dies.
That's what I'm saying.
Episode. I think all of them, and I love Tormund. I think him, Tormund, and what's homeboy's other name?
Ed. No.
Yeah, I think they're done. As soon as because like if you look at that trailer, they're in the hallway and it's really clear. Not clear, but it's just no one's there. It looks empty. I was like, oh, that's a bad sign. They just showed us that these are dead men walking. Yeah, they're gonna I don't think people get that. We're gonna be crying, talking about what the hell did we just watch?
Yeah, we know this. This is gonna be the most traumatic spring ever. Hold your hats because freaking Endgame is coming, and this, like you will be traumatized. People will need therapy.
Do you understand the gravity of this situation? We just now are healing over not only Hodor because it's still too soon. Fuck y'all. Don't judge me.
They hit you with the music.
We are now healing also from Infinity War, and now it's about to be Endgame, and I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen there. And now damn near everybody is fitting to die in Westeros. Look, my emotions can only take so much, people. I am not ready. I am not ready.
I hope they break us because this is like 8 years, 10 years. I hope they break us.
Why are you wishing the suffering on us? We already know the suffering is coming. You trying to give it to us tenfold. You know what? But before I rant on about that, let me give a shout out to my peoples in the chat. Fandom D Saint, my brother, the artist formerly known as BBM, OTDA, Nancy T, Lady of the Blankets. Thank you very much again for that awesome blanket. It has been keeping me warm over the last couple months. I moved into my new place. Thank you very much. Chrissy of Old Stones. Y'all check out Chrissy's channel. She's got some great narrations on there. Santavia, my girl Sam R09, my man's Luke from Drinking Those Things, Peter Griffin, 1998 champions, long time no see, bro. Thank you for coming through. Carrie Neves. Well, the dog show just showed up. What's going on, dog? Moni G. Richie Rich. Ain't seen Rich Chatwell in so long. What's going on, brother? Thank you for coming in. T. Robinson, what's up? JD, my dragon brother. Y'all check out JD's channel. JD. We are doing the Land series by Alaron Kong, Me, Him, and Laving Shadow. Go check that out. We just finished up book 1. We're going to be moving on to book 2, probably in another maybe month or so. Y'all know real life gets in the way of our fun. BSOB, what's going on? Sasuke. Let's see. I think I saw Terry T in here earlier. Game of Theories with Marie, The Imagination Realm, Santavia, Plexi Brand. Long time no see, Plexi. I was so glad to see you come in tonight. Whoever else I may have missed, I'm sorry. The chat only allows me to scroll up so far. Thank y'all for coming through. Appreciate it. And we heart all of you.
Yeah, that was an epic shout out. Thank you.
And AU Pet Mule just stepped in. I guess his stream's over. What's going on, Uncle AU? Thank you for coming through. Smooches and hugs.
I adore AU. His voice is so delightful. It's up there with Claire's.
Yeah, fully agree.
Okay, so we talked about Theon and his sister. We talked about Varys. Let's just clear the bullshit out the way. I want to know what y'all think about Jaime Lannister. It's getting out of control. There are people telling me he's going to kill a Night Walker. He's going to kill Cersei. He's going to kill a dragon. It's getting out of control, people. I really want to know what y'all think was going to happen.
I'm really over here thinking that Jaime Lannister is fucking He-Man and shit. It's not going down like that, man. It's not. Him with his one little hand that he himself has already said he's really not that good with. If this was Jaime season 1, maybe when he was in his prime and he was still that impulsive little shit, possibly he might be able to get some good hits off. But right now, what Night King is he killing? It's not going to go down like that. He's not. I mean, and even in his personality, I don't give a damn what redemption arc people think he's on. He's not going to be this great hero that saves the day. And it's fucking Jaime Lannister.
He can't fight.
Are y'all watching?
Get better.
I've been watching.
I'm telling all your faves are dead.
He's gonna get killed. That's what's gonna happen. Him and Bronn are gonna get to Winterfell. Bran's gonna do his 3-eyed raven Jedi shit. They're gonna move on past what Jaime did because there's a bigger issue at hand, and Jaime's gonna die in battle. And I'm not gonna give a fuck when he dies at all.
Oh, I'm going to have a smile on my face when Jaime dies. It's like it's time, because once he charged the dragon with one hand, I was done with him. I was like, get the hell out of here.
So real. He was right next to water with dragon flame over it. That means that shit was boiling. And you mean to tell me you are in full plate armor and you and Bronn especially only wearing leathers, and they didn't get boiled? They managed to go all the way down like 1 mile and evade captivity and swim back to the top in full plate armor? Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Absolutely. Yes. Okay.
Come on, miss me with that fuck shit.
I just
What's
don't
the saying?
That's a fairy tale. Like I said, I hope this season breaks us. And I was watching season 2, and Brienne said something about who would die for a Lannister. I was like, no, bitch, why would you say that? It just sounded like the kiss of death. Like, oh, she's gonna die.
Now you're gonna die for Jaime.
Right, exactly.
She said it slow too, and I was like, no, you're now gonna die probably because of that. I wouldn't be surprised if she died for him because she thinks he has this honor and he's worth dying for. When at first she,
and that's the thing with Brienne. Like when you get characters like the Hound and some shit pops off, you expect them to be cursing in their vocabulary. That's nothing new. But when a character like Brienne or Davos starts using those strong curse words, that's when you need to pay attention. Like when I believe they were at the Dragon Pit and Brienne was trying to talk some sense into Jaime, and Jaime was like, you know, something to the effect like, you know, there's duty to my family or honor or some old bullshit. And she was like, fuck your damn honor. That's not Brienne's MO. And you could see it on Jaime's face. He turned around like, wait, what? What the hell did I just hear come out of your mouth? Yeah, because she's trying to make you see reason, dude. What the fuck is wrong with you? It wouldn't surprise me if Brienne died trying to save his dumb ass. It would be such a stupid death for her because she's such a great character. You know, she's one of the actual true knights of legend, but that's probably what's going to end up getting her got in the end.
B, what do you think? What's happening with Brienne?
I think that there are certain characters that are going to have to make it to, like, the last stand. Like, yes, they're going to be killing off all of our faves. The Battle of Winterfell is going to be some traumatic thing that will probably need more than a week to get over. So it'll be like, I'm not sure if I want to watch this next episode. I don't know if I'm ready.
That's what I need. I want something that be like, I don't know if I'm ready for this shit. And I'm into some weird shit. I want you to break me. So I'll be like, look, Hodor, that scene broke me. I was like, they hit the music. They slowed it in his face. I was like, this is too much.
No,
like, why would they do that? I want them to break us. Like, I don't want it to be predictable where we're like, oh, we called it scene by scene. I want it to be surprised, and I want them to shock me somehow.
No, it's too much. Like, Hodor was one thing, and then 1-1 was a whole nother. It was like, I can't, like, y'all gotta stop doing this. Like, no, I don't. I know it has to happen, and I know it's gonna happen on a scale like that we've never even seen. Like, it's gonna be everybody's going, like the way that we were looking when the Sept blew up, and then like, think of how you looked the first time you saw the Sept blow up, and how your face was looking when you saw Tommen just walk out the window. Like, okay, life is over.
In the chat, they want to know, will we see a white Hodor? And I do think we will, because the way that he left, the way that the last thing we saw of Hodor, it's going to fuck us up even more to see him now fighting against the Starks when he was helping them the whole time. And then, you know, it's Bran's the reason for why he's the way he is. It's so messed up, but that's what I want to see. Like, how are they going to react to Hodor, seeing someone that they knew and they loved attack them? Like, are you going to be able to see past that, or is it your emotions going to get the best? I want to see some weird shit, y'all.
I think that's probably why Arya looks like that in the trailer, because she's being chased. I'm like, she's being chased by her brother. The only thing that makes sense,
Jon,
is that
no,
Rickon.
Rickon, yeah. See, I was on the fence. I was on the fence about that because I wasn't sure whether Jon had burned his body, but doing the podcast with Mackenzie, I rewatched and he said, you know, bury my little brother next to our father or something or other. So Rickon didn't get burned. So yeah, I could totally see.
So stupid.
Exactly.
Did you not see Hardhome? You were literally there. You saw the Night King looked you in your face like he saw you, saw him, saw you.
Yeah.
Raise the dead. Like,
barely escape that shit with your life. And
you
know how
brother.
Important it is to burn bodies when the Night King is coming. And you put this dude's body in the crypts without any second thought. So yeah, we're going to see a whited Hodor. I think we're also going to see a whited Summer. And when we're in the crypts and we see Arya running, I'm pretty sure we're going to see a whited Rickon now as well. I am totally on board with that theory. I was skeptical until I rewatched the episode. So yeah, kudos to everybody that's been talking to me about that in the chat over the past couple of days. Yeah, I'm fully on board with that now. She's running from Rickon because she doesn't want to have to kill her little brother, which is I understand that. However,
better than me, because if that was my brother,
son, it wouldn't be no question. You will catch a sword or a bullet right through between your eyes. If we are in the zombie apocalypse or the Night King ice zombie apocalypse, I don't give a fuck if you're a child.
Oh my God,
I love you.
Y'all
know I love tiny humans, but if I see any one of my tiny humans undead coming after me, you're going down.
Oh my God.
You're not my tiny human anymore when you get to that point. No, that's a wrap. You're done. It's either me or you, and it ain't gonna be me. It ain't gonna be me getting got. Just saying.
Okay, I know this is kind of off. This is kind of off topic, but I'm just curious. I've always been curious to how Craster even started the "I'll give you my baby if you just leave me alone."
Yeah.
How would you react if someone be like, "Look, I can save us, but you're gonna have to give this thing your baby"? Like, how does that conversation start?
First, I don't know, because they can't even speak like the common tongue. It's supposed to sound like ice breaking.
Like, you just point to my baby.
Not only how does that conversation start, but who the fuck translated?
They wrote it down, and they had to sit outside basically and pass notes back and forth. Like, we have you surrounded. Oh damn, that sucks. Why are we writing? We can't speak. It sounds like ice. Okay, that's weird. Give us your male children, and you'll survive the next long night. Well, when's that gonna happen? Like 30 years. Okay, like.
You know what though? There is a theory. Now that I'm thinking about it, there is a theory that Craster's mom, she grew up in some place where, you know, like the old god worship was strong, and they actually knew the language of the White Walkers and how to translate it. So the theory is that's how Craster was able to broker that deal. That's not confirmed. It's only a theory, but it makes sense. Because otherwise, without some connecting link that we're missing, like his mother being involved, I don't see how that whole thing would have gotten negotiated in the first place.
Yeah, it's just weird to me. Like, you can have my baby, just leave me be.
I wonder if they'll show us. Do you guys think they'll show us?
Nah. I think
if we
it's
going to be in the prequel, it's not going to be in this final season.
That's true. I could see that. Like, they can't give us too much.
They have to leave
Brand. Okay, so Plex is always with these questions. Anyone think Bran has the potential to animate the dead like the Night King? I definitely do think that. And oh shit, the question just scrolled up.
What if Bran raises his relatives as a counterattack at the battle?
That was my theory. Like, I was thinking, because Bran is the new not Blood Raven, but the 3-eyed crow. And I think his powers, they showed us that he can walk into Hodor, like, to show his ability. I don't know if his powers will get better through this little time skip or whatever's happened, but I always thought that it had to be a counteract for them to fight the dead off, because there's so many that the Night King has. Like, he has basically the whole, like, wildling, because they only got like a few thousand.
Okay. Random theory. And I thought
about this. Have a good theory.
I thought about this the other day, watching the Grand Maester conspiracy series that Secrets of the Citadel, Johnny B. Crazy, JR, and Lauren Cullen are doing. And it centers around the Starks and the Crips, and a Stark always must be in Winterfell. And they were talking about the Stark dead and lining it up with how the Ghost Army was in Lord of the Rings. So my thought was, well, perhaps the Night King could raise the Starks. And of course, that's why we have those. I think we have the iron blades over their tombs to not to keep them in necessarily, but to keep them from being drawn out. So my thought was the only way the Night King would be able to do that is if there was no Stark in Winterfell. So during this battle, if something happens and Jon and Arya, we know, are probably going to be on the battlefield. They're going to be out. Sansa may be leading the escape like Eowyn did in the Battle of Helm's Deep, and getting everyone to like the secondary fallback location of Helm's Deep, and which I think for them would probably be Riverrun, would be the next place they would try to go. Possibly the Neck if Howland Reed is going to be involved. But at that point, there would not be a Stark in Winterfell. So if the Night King gets there, then he's going to be able to raise those spirits. / bodies, skeletons, whatever. We already know that some of the whites are skeletons, so it's possible that old bones can be called up.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that could factor in at all with this, but I'm thinking again with Arya running through the crypts, and I think it's highly possible that she's running from Rickon or from someone else. Hopefully not Ned, because that would also devastate me.
Wouldn't it be messed up if it was Jon?
Oh my gosh!
Like if she
how many times is that motherfucker gonna die? No, damn it! You only get one death when you.
No, but this is like,
damn it! You are not fucking Beric Dondarrion. No, stop it.
I'm telling you, I
right
want
now.
them to break us. Like everyone thinks, oh, Jon's gonna make it to the. Nope, he doesn't even make it out of Winterfell. And I just thought that would be interesting if Jon dies and the Night King raises him and Arya freaks out, and that's the one thing that would mess her up. Because I can even see her killing Bran, even her brother Rickon, to be honest with you. But I think Jon, that would mess her up and be like, wait a minute.
I honestly think any family would mess her up. I really, I mean, we always saw that there was, random animosity between her and Sansa, but they're past all that now. So I think anyone of her family would truly mess her up to where she couldn't feel she could deliver that killing blow. I mean, and when you saw the trailer, there was, a couple seconds. If you blink, you might have missed it. Go back and watch. But she's giving somebody the fucking wet work in one of them scenes. She was doing the damn thing.
I wouldn't want to fight.
Exactly. So we know her skill. What would make her that scared in any situation that she would just decide to run? Like there's blood all over her face. She's got the cat's paw dagger. We saw that in one of her hands. You have the weapon to kill. Why would you not use your skills to kill? It has to be because you're afraid, because you don't want to be the one to put your blade into someone that you love so deeply.
Yeah. Or it could be it's just so many of them that she had to run.
True, but see, of course, the camera tricks, the way they played it, we can't see that. So we're only left with speculation on what could happen.
There is something that bothers me about it, though, right? Because when I saw it, I'm like, she's got me running from Rickon. Like that's the only thing that's gonna freak, like undead little brother that I haven't seen. What the, I was like, it's gotta be Rickon. But then it's like the background is not. It's not dark. And I know the book is not the show, and the show is not the book. But when they attack, it's supposed to get dark. I know it didn't at Hardhome, but I would just think that like the Battle of Winterfell, like it should be like the long night. Like it should be dark.
Like when
it'll look exactly the way it did at the end of the trailer when they panned out and they saw like the legs of that undead horse. How dark it was in that scene. That's going to be the beginning of the battle, I think.
And I don't think that's right.
Hey, yo, shout out to Bridge 4 that just stepped in the chat. I don't know if you were here earlier, my good sir, but I just looked up and saw you. Appreciate you coming through, Kev. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. But,
and yeah, you two ladies, I don't know if y'all have heard of Bridge 4 before, but he's got some interesting twists on how he sees some of the things that have happened in the past. And that's one of the things I love about his channel. He thinks outside the box. So go check him out.
Yeah, I've seen some of his video. I think he likes Jamie. So sad, but he does good work, but give him a break. He does like Jamie, I think. All right, so oh yeah,
what do y'all think? Do y'all think Arya is dead though? You think little Wolverine Stark makes it or not?
What do you think?
I think I want to say just before we go, like if you go back and watch the trailer, it's light out when she's running. But I do think it's supposed to be dark when the battle happens. So maybe it goes into the next morning, but it should still be dark because it should be like the long night. Like y'all cannot like make it, you know what I'm saying? It needs to be scary and dark, and they need to be running for their lives in complete pitch blackness with spiders coming after them, and it needs to just be some scary shit.
So here's my question. Here's my question though. Do you think do you think that scene is actually at Winterfell? Or do you think it's a possibility that it's at King's Landing? Because you remember Arya knows her way around those tunnels too.
Yeah, I definitely think that Arya is making it to King's Landing. And this is the only fairy tale I think is going to happen in the show is I do think she's going to kill Cersei. They foreshadow that so much since season 1 that if they don't pay that off, I'm going to be mad. I know people like, no, it should be Sansa to kill it. No, Arya is really obsessed with killing Cersei. She almost didn't even go to Winterfell, knowing that they won back Winterfell. She almost didn't. Like Bran told her, I didn't think you were going to come for a second. She said, I almost didn't.
Right.
So I do. And then I don't know if it was season 5 or season 6 when she was doing the faceless man thing, and she had to kill a fake Cersei. I was like, they keep playing with us. Like she's going to kill her. Like it's not going to be Cersei. It's going to deal with something with poison and changing her face. It could be that she tries to pretend to be Jamie. I could see that happening, but somehow Arya is going. That was her prayer to get her through the tough times. Arya is going to kill that woman.
Yeah, I hope so.
She killed her. She was part of killing her father, the downfall of her house. Yeah, she's definitely killing her. So I could definitely see. I could see that she's in not Winterfell, King's Landing. That if it's daylight, I could see that. So I'm gonna jump on your theory.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it's a stretch. Admittedly, I know it's a stretch, but I still think it's possible. I mean, the way they've written Arya as of the past couple seasons. I mean, the girl got stabbed the fuck up and jumped into a cesspool of water and just had a couple of hours of sleep and a bowl of brown later. And she was able to go do the damn Assassin's Creed run through Braavos and be okay at the end of that. I think she could handle giving some random whites or other human enemies maybe the wet work and then getting down south to handle that last name before she dies, because I still think she can die. That's my baby girl and I love her, but yeah, I'm just not naive enough to think that she'll have a happy ending.
Yeah, that's why I said that's my only fairy tale of happy ending is that she gets to kill Cersei. Other than that, everyone's dead.
Right. Yeah. Like you said, Arya won the Braavosi Tough Mudder Marathon. Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Right. Spartan race. Like she sure did.
So Arya Stark has the #1 immune system in all of Westeros and Essos. Facts. That is exactly what they did to her. They gave her Wolverine's healing factor.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
She's a mutant. Get it?
I mean, you know what? It's fitting. It's fitting. She's a fucking Stark. I'm not mad at that connection at all. It's absolutely fitting for them.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, Sam, we definitely are we're gonna try to touch on everyone. I just wanted to get everyone's thoughts on Arya.
Yeah, we're gonna actually let's go ahead and do Sansa next since we're already on the Starks.
So what do you guys think is gonna happen with her as far as your face? Your face.
Go ahead, B. Go ahead.
The Night King's gonna decapitate her, put her head on a spike.
No, unfortunately, she's gonna make it to the south.
Yeah,
she's gonna make it to the south, which is crazy because she cannot fight, but she's not in the crypts, so that means like homegirl is about to be else. Yeah, like she's about to be in the thick of it. Like, fuck that, I'm down this time. So I'd like to see what Sansa's gonna do because she's gonna fight. She has to.
Well, we do know from one thing we do know from the pictures and whatnots that have been the official things that have been released from HBO is Sansa is going to get that same type of clothing armor that Cersei now wears. So there's going to be some level of danger wherever she is that they felt the need to give her that armor. So it makes sense that it would be somewhere where she's on the run. And it's probably a relatively safe route, but they have to take precautions. So I can see her having the armor and needing it. The only thing that's going to piss me off is if they give this chick a sword and she just all of a sudden knows how to wield it, or gives her a bow and she's a deadly killing machine. Don't do that shit because that's just not Sansa. Don't go there.
I don't see her on the battlefield at all. I think that they purposely didn't show her in the crypts, but I think she is in there. I think it's going to probably play out kind of like how the Battle of Blackwater played out, but now she's in the role of Cersei where she's in control. So because she doesn't have battle skill tactic. The only thing she's done is ridden up on a horse behind and attack with another force, but she wasn't actually fighting. That's just not her. And if she was to fight, she's going to get herself killed. So I can't see her. But I could see her either, if it got too bad, her trying to evacuate people, maybe her being with Bran at the time, but I just can't see her on the field. She's not a warrior. I could see her
on the field, but
I don't see her on the field. I
feel like she has to fight. I have to see that. Like, you cannot go through this whole damn war for the end of the world, and make it to the bottom, and you don't even punch a white in the face.
But she can't. You know
what? But hold on. That actually ties into what Sam just asked in the chat. Said, how do you feel about Arya teaching Sansa how to defend herself before she leaves her? I think that is something that could happen. She could show her a few moves because we know Brienne is going to be on the battlefield with Pod. She's not going to be next to Sansa. And I think we may not have seen Sansa in the crypts because we didn't see Bran in the crypts either. If Sansa's going to be anywhere, it'll be with her brother. So if by chance some shit pops off, she might actually have to do a little something to get Bran the fuck out of Dodge. Something small like that I can understand, but she can't be on the field of full battle. She would never survive. And I think this story,
like her mom.
Sansa has to survive. So I don't think
she could fight. Like that would, I don't know. It depends. I don't know if there'll be enough time by the time Night King gets to Winterfell for her to actually teach her to fight or to do something to even make some type of difference. If Sansa goes on the battlefield, she's dead. Like if you see her there, she's
gonna be on the battlefield.
Like that would annoy me if she survives and she's fighting on the battlefield. Like she can't fight.
She won't be on the battlefield.
That's like putting one-hand Jamie on the battlefield and say he's going to kill Night King.
What we've seen in the trailer is, Jon and Dany actually getting to Winterfell safely unaccosted. There's been some time in between that travel and them actually getting there. So I think that's enough time for Arya to show her a few basic moves and techniques. And I think the situation is heavy enough to where Sansa knows she has to, be on point. She's not going to be no great epic fighter, no. But I think if push comes to shove and she's maybe in the Godswood with Bran when all of this pops off, if one or two whites or something comes in, she'll be able to defend that and run with Bran. A full-fledged battle, no, she can't handle that. But to stick a dagger into one of them, I think that's possible. Sam didn't know how to fucking fight, and he killed a White Walker with just one stab. All it takes is one.
I give him more credit than I would give about Sansa fighting. I just can't. I can't physically see it. I just see her in more of a different position where she's either taking control inside, because, like I said, she would just be in the way. I just don't see her having enough time to even make a difference in fighting it. She would just get herself killed. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah. For full battle, absolutely not. No, she cannot be fully on the battlefield. That would not work out at all. But to be somebody that can just hurry up and get Bran out of a situation, and I doubt they would just have her by herself with Bran. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be other guards. It'll be enough
with them.
Yeah, it'll be enough for her to at least get him out of Dodge and then move on to fallback B location, wherever that is.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to, for some reason, y'all like him. I don't understand, because man, he should have died last season as well. But y'all seem to like him. Let's talk about your, Stone Herpy favorite guy, Jorah Mormont, who should be dead, who should keep his hands to himself. But y'all love him. What do y'all think is going to happen when we saw him on the front line? I'm going to say it. I think your favorite's dead. I think he's gone too.
I think he's going to give us a
good fight. I think he's going to give us a good fight. He's going to go toe-to-toe with the White Walker, but I think they're going to get him. Not body herpes, stone herpes. And it's disgusting because he touched everything. And if you rewatch the season, just look how many times he touches Dany. He almost took out the Dothraki. I'm just saying, let's just keep him accountable. I don't like him. He grosses me out. grosses me out.
For anyone that is somewhat new in the chat, yeah, T-Baby does not like Jorah at all. Jorah needs to completely stop touching shit. And if they make Jorah this huge hero that people want to see, the only way he's going to kill the Night King, in T-Baby's opinion, is if he touches him and gives him the stone herpes. So that's why everyone is laughing in the chat, because they know who T-Baby is.
I never forgave him. Like everyone else forgave him for having stone herpes, not me.
No, I never forgave him either. Fuck that. He's on the You Deserved It list. And that shit goes all the way back to what's her name? Lenise Hightower. I don't know how that match was ever approved, but that's neither here nor there. Jorah, I don't think Jorah can survive either. I think Jorah's gonna die. And hold on, wait, I just looked up and Luke is telling his brother to leave. That what? Jorah's harder than Grayscale. You know what? Okay, yeah, I agree with Luke. Benji, get the fuck out. Just leave. Just go ahead and roll out on that. High five, Luke. I appreciate you having my back. Thank you. Appreciate
when
that.
You say stone herpes instead of grayscales, it hit different, don't it? It's like ugh. And then you rewatch and you notice he kept touching stuff. And I guess because in the books, grayscale is super contagious, so it's like, what are you doing? It just freaked me out, y'all.
Damn it, Sasuke and fucking Imagination Realm putting up the damn balloons. Fuck that damn balloon, okay? And for anyone that's watched the Drinks and Knows Things chat with Benji on the panel, you know what the damn balloon emojis are for. I have a vendetta with that damn balloon. I don't know why. It just bothers me, okay? It makes me think of it. And I don't like fucking clowns or storm drains or any entity known as fucking it. I don't give a fuck if they float down there. I don't want to float. Okay, so me and that balloon are gonna have words whenever I find it.
D, what do you think about Mr. I Can't Stop Touching Shit?
I see. Is she back? I think she had to go check on the baby.
Oh, sorry, I was in the chat.
Yeah, so when she comes back, we'll come back to Jorah for her. But I think Jorah's gonna die. I don't think. Unfortunately, even though he's been cured, he gave up all rights to his land. He can't just come in. It's like when Jon tried to give him the sword back. He knows he doesn't deserve it, so he's not going to take it back, and he's not going to have any ownership of Bear Island. That's Lyanna's now, if she survives. So I don't really see him having a purpose. I mean, he could live, I guess.
I hope she checks him. I hope she checks him. I hope she checks him so bad.
It's Lyanna Mormont. She will. She'll at least have one thing to say at the very least.
Right. You know what? And that's a perfectly good segue to talk about. This is something I definitely want to talk about. So we know that Jon gave up the North to Dany. And like I said, I've been rewatching the seasons. And what I noticed is that the North has been fighting for their independence since season 1. And Robb lost it. And then they get it back, and then Jon just gives it away. I think the North's going to have an issue with that. I don't think it's going to be all like welcoming him. I think they're going to push back and be like, what the fuck? Like, it's one thing to lose the North, which was messed up, especially because Robb was selfish on how he lost it, but his mom also messed it up as well. But to give it away, I think is worse, because that's just, I don't know. It's one thing, like, Robb still fought to keep the North and to keep going, but Jon just gave it away. And even if he had good reasons, it's still messed up because they were fighting for the independence, something bigger than, based off of the history what's going on in Westeros, where every time, a lord from Winterfell goes down south, they end up killing them. They don't really think about the North. It's like second nature to them. So I think they're going to have an issue. What do you think?
I mean, the North has been having issues with Jon from Jump Street, period. I feel like this is almost a parallel of Torrhen Stark. And he, in history, because, the victors write the history, he's known as the king that knelt. But in his kneeling, he saved all of the North from becoming the Field of Fire 2.0. That was a very smart decision because, they could have fought, but they would have lost. There's no doubt about that. And I think Torrhen was very smart for doing what he did, even though he had to bear that shame of, bending the knee. And that's a Stark quality. If they see something is for the greater good, they'll take that shame upon themselves and save their people. Look at what the fuck Ned did for Jon. Jon sees the bigger picture. He needed to bring Dany on board. The only real way he was going to bring Dany on board is if he bent the knee. And he saw that eventually. He wasn't going to at first. And I don't blame him because she was not giving him reason to. But eventually, I think they came to terms and seeing the leader that each one of them is, and he chose the greater good. He needs those dragons, and he needed her because she's obviously the only one that can control those dragons. So I get it. And if he's going to be the new, parallel of Torrhen Stark, that's what it's going to have to be. The North is going to be upset because, they're squirrely ass fucking Northmen. No matter any decision Jon makes, someone's going to find some issue to argue about it with him. So, whether they're mad or not, they're going to have to just deal with it because there's a bigger issue to handle. And if they don't stand firm together, they're not going to win. But it's the North, and it's this damn story. So there's probably going to be drama, and people are going to break off. And by the time they find out that it's too late to try to get back together, shit's gonna be totally fucked.
Well,
See, my thing. Oh, go ahead, B.
So there was a lot. There was Jorah, and then.
Oh yeah,
Go ahead.
That was a lot.
Let's get Jorah out the way first. This dirty, dirty, dirty man. Let's just get him out the way.
And then needs to stop touching shit. Go ahead, B.
Okay.
B, kill him, please. Kill him, please.
Jorah is definitely going to die. When is Jorah gonna die? I don't know, but Jorah's gonna die. My whole thing is before he dies, they have to do something with that grayscale. Because if not, you have to. If not, then what the hell was the point of that? He just got it so he could get some Advil from Sam and go back to Dany? That's it? He has to cause an outbreak or something crazy.
And you know what's sad? It was foreshadowed in the season 2 that he was gonna get that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Quaithe. She was working on a guy, and when Jorah was looking for the dragon, she was working on a guy and said he was going to Valyria, but he needed like some type of special tattoo to protect him. I was like, yeah, you goofy, nasty, dirty. Just kill him, B. Just kill him.
So that's what I think. He's going, but he has to do something. Something's going down with that grayscale. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see him infect people. Maybe it'll do something to the whites. I don't know. But something has to happen with the grayscale. And then with Jon bending the knee, I think Dany has a couple things going for her. The first thing being that one of her children has already died in service to the North.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't, you have to look at that and be like, okay, she literally did give up a dragon to try and, help y'all. And she don't know y'all from Adam. So it's a little different from how, no king had been up there, since Robert, since the Targaryens way back in the day. That's crazy. So I think that she has that for her. And then she's boning Jon. I could see if she was just some random Targaryen, but she's a random Targaryen that is boning Jon. And he's the king of the North. Well, now the Lord of the North, whatever you want to say. She's in a romantic relationship with him. So I would think that the Lords of the North may see it as a larger play, Jon trying to go for the kingdom. He said what he said. He said he bent the knee because, whatever. He's about to be king. So I think that those two things, well, I hope anyway, that those two things sort of play out. That they look at it like that. She did give up a kid, and it looks like her and Jon have a thing going on. And who else would she marry? Who else?
I mean, this my whole thing is she's a liberator and everything, and these people have been fighting for their independence. I get it. She just, it's all, this is mine by rights, blah blah blah. But in order for her to want this kingdom that she wants, she needs the North, and in order for her to keep this kingdom, she had to fight what was coming past the wall. Otherwise, she wouldn't be ruling anything. So it's not she just did it out the kindness of her heart. She definitely needed the North, but I'm not saying she's a bad person. I just think it's kind of messed up that these people who've also given up a lot to fight for their independence. It's not like she was the only one that lost a child or something in this war. She's not the only one.
But here's the thing with
hold on, let me finish. But I'm just saying she's not the only one that's lost anything. I'm not saying that she's in the wrong. I'm just saying it's kind of messed up that these people have been fighting for so long for their independence because they've been tired of how the realm has been treating them, that all of a sudden Jon gives it up. I just feel like it's not going to be as easy as maybe Jon gives them a pep talk and they down for it. I think that Jon's not really going to be able to seal the deal. I think Dany's going to have an issue with it. It might come down to Davos again speaking up for everyone to clear their head, but I just see that it's going to be a big issue of him giving up the North that they worked so hard for.
True, but Dany doesn't know all of that backstory.
But I'm talking about the North does.
Right, that's what I'm saying. The North does. So once she gets there, it's going to take, actual talks and speaking and getting to know people and seeing what has happened. But even while they're doing that, they still are going to have to put all of that aside and deal with the bigger issue. We unfortunately can't be petty lords at the moment. I'm sure they're going to still try to test that, but in the grand scheme of things, you got to band together and get the job done. We'll discuss independence at the end, but that also leaves me got to jump back to George just real quick. Because there was a question. Will Jorah get Heartsbane from Samwell before he dies? I have heard that theory from a few different people, and I don't see why that couldn't happen. You know, Sam and Jorah already have a good repertoire, and Jorah needs a sword. You know, Sam, if he really, really needs to, Sam will fight. But I think he would absolutely put the sword into the hand of a proven warrior before he would try to wield it himself. So, yes, I think it's highly possible that he'll give Jorah Heartsbane. What do you ladies think?
It was in the trailer, so he definitely gets it. But, yeah, they made it, you know, Sam had this bond with his father. So because of that strong bond, he feels as though he owes it to help his son out. So I would easily see, you know, Sam giving him the sword, because I don't see Sam fighting in this war at all either. I see him with Bran. So
yeah,
it's no point in him holding on to it. If anything, they'll protect him with dragon glass.
I think it's going to be with Bran too. And I agree with what you're saying about Sam and the Bears, you know, relationship, G.R. Mormont. I think that when the Lord Commander saved him on that long walk back to the wall, like, this is his way of repaying that. Like, I can't protect your, you know, your son or whatever, but I can give him something to at least fight. Because if you think about it, you know, like, Sam's no idiot. You got little lady Mormont and you got Jorah.
Yeah.
That's it for the Mormont clan. Like, you know, it's easy to do that math. Like, y'all aren't going to make it. Jorah dies, that's it. For the Mormont. Because little baby Mormont, you're going to take someone else's last name. And even if you don't, like, you know.
What if she dies?
Not necessarily, though.
She's definitely dying.
She has the potential to die, but these are Mormont women. The Mormonts, respectively, honestly, they should all be Snows, but they're not.
Arguably,
they all have the name Mormont. So, if she had a kid, I think she could probably still give him the name Mormont. But that's just my thought.
I think they might. I think they're gonna kill her. I think they're gonna mess y'all up. I really think that's making it, and it's not.
That'll be one of the biggest heartbreakers, and for how popular she's got. Oh yeah, and kudos to that actress. Kudos to that actress. This is her first acting role, and she thought because of like how mean the character, well, quote unquote mean the character had to be, that the veteran fans of the show were going to hate her, and she was very surprised at how much love her character Lyanna, the way she portrayed her, was actually getting. So, exactly. Kudos to her. She did everything right in that role.
Yeah, she came off as tough more than mean.
Right. I never saw it as mean. Right. Yeah, I saw that as a young lady that had to pick up the reins, and she did that shit wholeheartedly. And also,
she's dying, and she's gonna be resurrected. She's gonna freaking run straight at somebody, and it's gonna freaking break our heart. That little girl is gonna die, and then she's gonna get up and be a zombie, and she's gonna jump on somebody and rip their freaking throat out, and we're gonna be like, "Why is that happening? Why do we do this to ourselves?"
You know who it's gonna be if it happens that way? No, not Davos. What's his nuts? Glover, the little asshole. When in the first parlay, when John was saying every man, woman, boy, and girl that's able-bodied have to pick up a sword, and he tried to be all self-righteous. It was like, you mean I have to put a weapon into my little granddaughter's hand? And John was like, yeah, you do. And that's when Lyanna popped up like, this is my home, bitch. You ain't gonna tell me if I can fight for it or not. Yes, I'm gonna hold a weapon. So if that happens and she does just pop right back up as a white, it would be fitting if he was the first person that she killed.
I'm just saying it's not going to be a fairy tale at all.
See it. But that also gives me another good segue, because we did start this off talking about Sam and Heartsbane. Plexi would like to know what do we think is going to happen with Sam and the Broken Horn? Do you think that Broken Horn is going to come back into play at all? I don't think it will. It seems to have already been forgotten.
Yeah, I think that the beginning they were more on track for the books and they were playing it more closely. And then they gradually started kind of doing their own thing. So that horn really was to bring down the wall. The wall's already brought down, so I don't see what that horn would do or what would be the purpose of bringing it back at this point.
Agreed.
B.
Agreed.
I was like, you still there, girl?
I'm here.
All right. Okay, so we also got another question from Plexi. It's like, sword names are prophetic. What do you think Heartsbane foreshadows? And do you think he may have to kill Gilly? Love is the enemy of duty.
Who would have to kill Gilly?
Sam.
But he doesn't have Heartsbane.
He has Heartsbane. We're guessing, we're speculating that he's going to give it to Jorah.
Well, he could easily lose it. No, because Jorah has it when they're facing, like, preparing for a battle. So
you said it was in the trailer, and I missed that. I'm gonna have to go back and watch.
Yeah, it's definitely in there. So I don't see him killing Gilly, but I do see that baby turning on him. That baby, so I don't trust that baby.
That baby's in the book. That baby's nickname is Monster. So yeah, I don't think that baby's gonna make it. I do have a tinfoil theory that Gilly will make it to the end, and I know a lot of folks before, myself included, thought that this whole story was gonna be something that Sam was like teaching to some random class in the end. I think that it's possible now that it's actually Gilly that's going to be teaching that class. And I could be wrong, but I think they set it up a little bit for her to be doing that on the show. I don't know. What do y'all think about that?
Once again, this is not
Gilly's
a surprise.
Gonna die, okay.
Probably gonna die.
Yeah.
Did you say you think she's gonna die?
She's gonna die. She's gonna die. She's gonna die.
I gotta kill Gilly, damn it! What did Gilly do to you?
I'm not killing her. This is
really
Game of Thrones, baby. Everybody can't live to the end. This bitch gone. She died.
I mean, okay, we've already killed everybody but Sansa. Damn it.
She dead.
No, we didn't. Wait a minute. Maybe I killed everyone. I killed Jon. I killed Jorah. I didn't kill Arya.
We put Arya on the half and half list. She's like the only one that's there. Everybody else is dead. Outside of Sansa.
On the half and half list because we just don't want her to die. Like, you realize everyone else is like, I don't want her to die. That's exactly why they're gonna kill her. You know that, right?
Exactly.
I hope she doesn't. I really, 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 really hope she doesn't, but they're gonna kill her because they want us to feel they don't want us to sleep at night. They want they want America to like totally just for a whole. We're gonna lose billions of dollars that next Monday. Like
it's not gonna be just America. This is a worldwide phenomenon. Everyone will be depressed for the next 3 weeks after this shit all goes down.
Yeah, take your money out of Bitcoin today, guys, because it's all downhill from today.
Matter of fact, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, there's a random memory in my thoughts. after the Red Wedding, I believe, if I remember correctly, one of my friends works for a small company. He said that actually there was a lot of folks that took like the next 3 days off after the Red Wedding episode because they needed to cope and get their shit back together. Like the shit was that heavy. And he went to work and he's wondering where everybody was at. And when he found out later, he was like, wait, but it's Game of Thrones. It's just a TV show. And they were like, but fucking Rob died.
Cause that's like your cousin died or something. You like,
right. Like they were treating it like it was actual real people. Like his managers even took time off to recoup.
That's how we're gonna be when we read the book. It's gonna be something real messed up. We'll be like, I need to take some time off.
Y'all ain't gonna see me for a good 2 weeks when that book comes out.
When the book comes out, I feel like I shouldn't even read it because what's gonna happen is we're gonna read that book and then we're gonna be sitting here scratching like some damn fiends for the Dreamless Spring, and it's not gonna come out for 10 more years, and everyone is gonna be scratching.
We'll have our Tyrone Biggums on, you know. Right. Y'all got any more of them A Song of Ice and Fire books? I got these cheeseburgers, man.
Not the cheeseburgers. All right, let's real quick grab another question from it was Benjamin. Okay. I'm sorry, I scrolled up and I passed it, but he wants to know who do you think is going to be at the last one at the end of the series?
The last people standing. Okay, there was a tweet that went out a while.
Hold on, AK, it's it's will the wall be standing by the end of the series?
Oh, will the wall be standing? Yeah. I mean, parts of it will. The only part we saw smashed in was that one little part by Eastwatch, and it was just the army of the dead was just moving forward through that. So the vast majority of the wall is still there. It's just that one huge ass hole that was punched into it that's down.
It kind of goes to, well, it depends on what happens with the White Walkers. Like, do they defeat them? And if they really defeat them, then what would be the purpose of even trying to fix the wall? Unless, like, it's unfinished business, which I don't know that will happen.
Well, so. For me, and this is something I've said, like, for years. Y'all probably remember from our previous streams. I think that world moves in circles. No matter what happens, everything tends to repeat itself. It's just the game board gets reset with new players, but the game is always still the same. And I don't remember, I wish I remember what video analysis I saw this in, but the word got in another language actually means game. So, you know, Game of Thrones, GOT, is actually a game, and it's these, you know, other entities, kind of like the old ancient gods in Lovecraft stories. There's one, I can't remember his name, but it's speculated that he's basically dreamed everything that the world is, and then when he wakes up, everything's going to snap out of existence. So there's these old powers that are sleeping in the world, kind of almost like Cthulhu. Also, you know, Cthulhu supposedly is supposed to be dead in his dead corpse city of R'lyeh, but he's dreaming of random things in the world and giving humans anxiety and driving them to be a part of his random killing cult and all this other nonsense. And I think it's something that's happening like that. You know, the Red Comet is going to come back. Everybody's going to think magic has left the world, and really it hasn't. It just was diminished a little bit. But the comet's going to come back. The game board is going to be reset with new players, and this shit's going to start all over again. This isn't the first long night that we've been through, and I highly doubt it's going to be the last.
Gilly's baby is gonna get taken. That baby is not about to be. It's not about to be no happy bappy.
Oh, they're coming for that baby. Yeah, I mean, there's a reason that one White Walker was sent after Sam and Gilly. They need that baby. He's highly important for something.
That baby. They can have that baby. I'm like,
I'm good, right. But no, they want that baby, and I can't figure out if they're gonna be able to take the baby from Gilly, like something's gonna happen where she's separated. Because if they like just come for it while she has the baby, Gilly's just gonna die. Like she's not, straight up. Like you're not taking. I know you wouldn't be taking my baby. I don't care if you're a White Walker or not, bro. You better hope ain't no dragon glass in here. I'm killing everybody. Like you're not taking my baby.
Random sidebar. Chrissy of Old Stones. Damn it, Chrissy always throwing freaking monkey wrenches in my shit. She said, "Oh, Nan is a scroll."
Oh man,
Chrissy, sit down. Damn it. Stop giving me more random tinfoil theories to speculate on, okay? I don't need that in my life right now, ma'am. We used to be cool, man. What happened?
So let's talk about John. We haven't talked about John really, Danny, or what we think is going to happen with Cersei. So let's talk. What do you guys think is going to happen with John? Does he make it out of Winterfell? Because I think he doesn't.
Yeah, he makes it out of Winterfell.
I think he makes it out of Winterfell, but I think in the second huge battle that's going to happen, he's going to have to either sacrifice himself or make a heavy sacrifice that gives him the power to do what needs to be done. Possibly. There could that sacrifice doesn't necessarily have to be him forging or activating some old ancient sword. It could just be a pact, which I think is what happened the first and second time. There was a pact that was made and the White Walkers went home. I think we're going to have to do the same thing here. I don't think it's going to be just down to who wins a big ass fight that is probably going to look awesome on screen. I think there's going to be a lot of politics in this, and it's going to take some type of treaty being forged for this war to end.
That's going to be interesting because they can't talk to come up with a treaty.
I don't think there's going to be a treaty, and I don't think, book versus show. Perhaps in the book there's going to be some sort of resolution, but in the show, it's just going to be like an action-packed, something like Kill 'Em All type of thing. And the reason why I'm saying that is because they had this whack thing. I don't know if it was Entertainment Weekly, probably was, whatever. But apparently they've given the Night King, this made-up character, a motive, and so the motive is revenge. Which I think is stupid, but if that's what it is, and he's coming back down, yeah, that's a very good question. Well,
because this is supposed to be a completely different entity than the 13th Lord Commander that was the Night King. What revenge is this?
It's the same person.
In the show, they were saying that he wants revenge for being turned into. I think because he wants revenge for being turned into the Night King, and then for something else I forgot. But whatever it was revenge, and I already made up my mind that okay, well this is stupid because now that kind of tells you it's a slaughter fest. He's not trying to, there's not trying to be any type of diplomatic situation. No, he's here to. I'm the Night King, and I can't even fuck shit up. He's here to.
I don't like that because there's not just pure evil and good in George R. R. Martin's universe. There's a lot of gray area for everyone, and I've never been under the impression that the White Walkers or the Night King are completely evil. I think there's a reason that things are happening, but I don't think it's just pure revenge because that puts him almost very firmly on one side of the spectrum, and I just don't feel like that's what it's supposed to be. Oh, that's just me. You want to go to another question real quick?
No, we gotta let's try to, we can answer questions after. Let's try to wrap up the last two people, and then we can grab a few questions.
All right,
And
who else you got? Let's people you got.
So we talked about John, we talked about Dirty Jor, we talked about I think everyone's gonna die. That's just to put it simple. Let's talk about Danny, and then we'll work our way to Cersei. So what do you think's gonna happen with Danny? Because I mean, we see in the House of the Undying that she makes it to King's Landing again. Does she? Does Danny survive this whole thing, or does she die? Like, let's just see. Tell me, what's her end thing?
She's gonna, it's gonna be stupid. She's going to like survive all the it is, watch, it's gonna be dumb. She's going to survive all of the major conflicts and the battles and all of that stuff and make the King's Landing and be like, okay, it's time to rebuild, and like die in childbirth or something like that. She's gonna,
Yeah,
I feel like she has plot armor. They can't kill her off too early. You know, she has to at least make it to the Riverlands because of the dream of her, like where the fight is. Like, I feel like she's gonna, if she's gonna die, it's gonna be something like in childbirth or something after everything is all said and done. And we're like, wow, you could have just let her live now. And it's gonna be some heartbreaking, like, oh well, die. Okay, thanks.
agreed. Yeah, I think that's what it's gonna be. She'll make it all the way to the end, but because she's a Targaryen and stillbirths are very documented in their lineage, that she's gonna have a random miscarriage, or that the baby will actually be born healthy but she'll die in childbirth. It's, like I said, this world moves in cycles, and I think that would be something they would deem okay for her end.
I would be so pissed. Like, I went from being someone's slave season 1 to having dragons kicking ass, and I died. I would be pissed.
Mm-hmm.
Just be pissed. Like, really? Does the dragons, do the dragons survive at the end, or are they gone? What do you think?
I think there's a possibility for Ray. Was it for Drogon, and I think it's Rhaegal that's left to mate, because dragons can change sex. To keep the balance, I think it's possible that they could at least lay some dragon eggs somewhere, and like Ghost and Nymeria have random pups somewhere, because it's a Song of Ice and Fire. There has to be that balance. But the initial creatures themselves, I think, will be killed shortly after they pass on the next generation.
Damn.
I think that.
Oh, go ahead, B. No, I was going to
go. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was going to you.
Oh, okay. I think that we're going to see some eggs hatch. That's total tinfoil. I have nothing backing it up. But if you want to do some, I'm just thinking of like the greatest things that they could do for us, because we would love it. Like, show us some eggs hatching. Like, I think realistically, probably only one dragon can survive. Like, another one of Danny's dragons has to die, y'all, or it's not really a fight. It'll just be two dragons on one.
Agreed.
So it has to look like some dire, like, oh my gosh, we're not gonna survive this stuff. And so it's got to be probably two dragons. Like, maybe they burn it before it can turn or whatever, but she can't have two on her side. She's got to lose.
Like I said, the world moves in circles. At the very beginning of this story, we just now got dire wolves back south of the wall, and 3 dragon eggs that we thought were dormant and done were hatched. So I think that the setup will be there for this cycle to continue at some later date.
let's talk about Tyrion because I forgot about him.
Tyrion's dead. Tyrion's gonna betray Dany, and he's gonna get burned by Drogon for it.
He's dead. I really do think he's gonna die by fire. They foreshadowed that too a few times with Tyrion. And I didn't realize that until I started rewatching. I was like, they really talk about him dying by fire a lot.
Well, tell me, where, when?
In season 2, he was talking. Who was he talking to? It was someone he was talking to. In the Battle of Blackwater, when he was trying to get people together, they were joking about something. He said something about dying by fire or something. Or it was talking to Cersei. I'm drawing a blank now. But they foreshadowed him dying by fire.
Yeah.
I can definitely.
I fully firm believe he's going to betray Dany, and she's going to find out. And he's going to get that same Randall Tarley treatment.
Oh, Cammy said they foreshadowed even in a Doritos commercial. I don't know if I've seen that Doritos commercial.
Right. You didn't see that commercial, yo?
Yeah.
Okay,
the one with Busta.
Busta Rhymes, yeah. Pun intended. Yeah. Tyrion is gonna go by fire. Yeah. Google that shit, T baby. That was a big ass commercial.
I will Google it. I used to joke about him riding a dragon by the neck.
Don't understand dragon neck.
Because people was like, Tyrion's gonna ride a dragon. I was like, no, he's not. Stop it. It's just I couldn't physically see. I couldn't see it in my head him riding a dragon unless it was the neck. That's just me being ignorant. When it comes to Tyrion, yeah, I could see that Dany does not play that, especially when she comes to betrayal. And I see her, and then he also made such a big deal about Jorah betraying Dany and all this other stuff for him to turn around and do the same thing to her. Mm-hmm. And it just shows you that Cersei plays Tyrion so well that he's willing to go against his better judgment.
Yep.
Just like I don't like Cersei, but I gotta give her credit. TV Cersei is smart. Book Cersei, not so much, but TV Cersei, they made her smarter.
Yeah, her plans are still gonna backfire on her though, just like they do in the books.
Because she backed herself in a corner, but she still outplayed Tyrion, especially last season. Every way he tried, she outplayed him, and that was because he wasn't really trying to play against her. Like he was holding back.
True. All right. We've got 2 questions, but the first
one more. Let's finish Cersei and get her out there.
Cersei was on par with Littlefinger. She's gotta die. She's done too much shit in this story to actually come out unscathed and clean. It's a wrap for her, I think.
I think Cersei, she's gonna die. We know she's gonna die. Like it's prophesized on. We know she's gonna die, but they're gonna make us wait. I think she's gonna die like late
at the very end. Yep.
We're gonna be watching and being like, "Oh, well, you just kill." Like we're gonna be shattered and whatever else when we just think we can't take it anymore. They'll give us a ray of sunshine and they'll kill Cersei. And then, like, they're gonna kill like Arya right after or something crazy. And we're just gonna like crawl back up into a ball and be like, "Why?"
You thought we killed all the things. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you know who we are. We kill your faves. Arya, she's out of here. Oh, you like Jon? He's gone.
Gone.
You like dragons? Bye bye.
How about that dog in the 3rd season? We killed him just because and brought him back as a white.
You know what the perfect scenario for that is? If y'all have not seen the Samuel L. Jackson summary of seasons 1 through 4 of Game of Thrones, go and watch it right now.
It's like, stop
you will not be disappointed. like he says people's name. He was like, they're cool, but don't get attached. Best advice ever. And Bran, Bran tripping.
I can't wait. Oh yeah, let's go because we gotta talk about Bran. Oh,
I forgot, Bran's my favorite. What am I doing? I love Bran so much, and it's so messed up. Like he's so weird. He's so weird. I think he's gonna die too. I think he dies at Winterfell.
I think there's a high possibility that he dies at Winterfell as well.
Damn, I don't think anyone's surviving. Who's gonna be at the end of this story? No, I think Sam survives.
That's what I'm saying. Sansa is the only one that we have in the for sure gonna survive category. Arya is on the fence. Everyone else is dead.
Bran has to survive at least until the Riverlands. He's got to make it to the Isle of Gods. Like if Bran dies, there's no one left to psychologically fight the Night King.
Right.
So he cannot plot armor. Bran cannot die.
That's why I love this girl.
She has to be there. That's right. This is a 2-part battle. Jon has to fight the physical fight, but Bran he's a knight of the mind. He has to fight on the psychological level. Yeah.
Bran fighting for his life, but all he's doing is sitting in a corner with his eyes rolled in the back.
Like Professor X, yo.
Right, and that's why Sansa and other guards are going to need to be around him. Because while the guards are holding off whatever whites come in, Sansa's going to be the one to have to take Mira's job and get him and push him or pull him the fuck out of Dodge. That's what's going to have to happen there.
I can see that. Well, I don't know. I can't see her. I don't have that much faith. Oh, I wouldn't have that much faith, but
can't die. He's not. Bran can't die that early.
Bran not dying that early. But then again, I thought Jon was going to die at episode 3 too. So I think everyone's dead. I just because I think about it. The Night King took the Wildling army, and that was before he already had a massive army. They didn't take that many Wildlings. They took like 2,000 or 3,000, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest got turned into his army. Like I can't see them surviving it.
No, it's gonna be a
serious
onslaught. But I think, and I know we're gonna get to this anyway, but Dolores, Ed, all of them, I think where they are is under Castle Black. I think they found Gorn's way. And that's how they're going to get there. And then they're going to figure out, there's a way underneath the crypts, too. The stuff is going to start rising in those crypts. And I was hoping that, they were smart enough to where they'd be fighting on the side of the Starks. But as we get closer and closer to the dang premiere, I'm starting to feel like, did you fools really save all your dead people? Like, is he really about to roll up and have an entire army in the castle walls? What?
And again, that's what I'm saying. That's why there always has to be a Stark in Winterfell. If there's a Stark in Winterfell, the Night King can't pull all those spirits and dead bones out. But here's the reverse kicker for the Tolkien fans. A Stark can also pull those spirits out. And I know a lot of people say that it's too cliche, it's too Lord of the Rings. You forget that Tolkien is one of George R. R. Martin's favorite authors. He's incorporated so many things from the Lord of the Rings lore into his story. Why would he not put that awesome tidbit in as well? It just makes sense.
True.
I don't know, but something's gonna happen in the crypts.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, we've been told too much about the damn crypts for it not to be important and for something big to be happening there.
Okay, so let's move on to Cersei because it's getting kind of late.
Yeah, let's get these last 2 questions out.
Yeah, and then we can answer a few questions and then wrap it up. So what do you guys think is going to happen with Cersei.
Dead.
And one thing I want you guys to keep in mind, only because, like I said, I was rewatching the series. We already seen her play with Wildfire before. Do you think she'll do it again as far as setting traps because she knows that if they do succeed killing the White Walkers, that they're coming for her?
That's if she has any more wildfire left.
They had a wildfire.
Is it still white all around the city? Okay.
Well,
they did. There's no way they used 7,811 jars of wildfire, and that's not to say that they had more on top of that.
All right, and she's crazy enough to go ahead and blow up the Red Keep. I honestly would not put it past her. She may not die in that blaze, but she will die. I don't see her making it out of this at all.
She's gonna die. Cersei's dead.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been prophesied since she was like 11. Yeah, it's a wrap.
Yeah, I still hope that, like I said, my fairy tale ending is that Arya kills her. It's just way too much foreshadowing.
Yeah, that would be great if she did. Oh my gosh, that would be so great. But it's probably too nice for us, you know? With our luck, like, this is what I'm getting ready for. I'm getting ready for things like, oh, you know, Cersei's right there. Arya's going to walk towards her and, I don't know, the freaking ceiling caves in and crushes Arya. Like, you know?
Goofy, like.
So just crazy stuff. Like, that's what.
Like, she prepared.
Right. There you go.
Yeah. But I can see Arya coming in through, like, the tunnels, like how she escaped the first time when she went through the dungeons. I could see her, like, entering that way into the city to try to kill her.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think if Arya did do it, that's what would happen. Yeah, she wouldn't go into any of the well, I think there's like 7 or 8 gates into King's Landing. No, she would go back to those little crawl spaces that she found, and that's how she would get in and do it.
Okay, and can you start us off with the first question?
Yeah, the first one that I grabbed was from BSOB again. It says Bridge, which I believe is Bridge 4, suspects Tormund is actually Lady Mormont's dad. Do you think it's possible Tormund slept with a bear, meaning he slept with the bear of Bearland? I absolutely think that is possible. Yeah, I have always thought that not all, but the majority of Mage Mormont's daughters are Tormund's. I mean, if you look at the person that Mage Mormont is and her personality, she would absolutely love a dude like Tormund. It fits so well. It makes complete sense. The only one that I think probably isn't his is Daisy, because she doesn't look like either one of them. So I do question who Daisy's father is, but I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it really doesn't matter. So my short answer, yes, I think Tormund is definitely a lover of Mage Mormont. And for whatever reason, the Mormonts just got clout like that. She didn't have to name any of her daughters Snow. She gave them the legit name of Mormont.
I never really put that much thought behind it. I'm going to say no. I just don't see the show going there.
Yeah, I don't think it'll ever be totally explained, but
yeah,
I do agree with the theory.
It's a cool theory, though.
Yeah,
agreed. I don't think the show's going to go there either. So.
Yep.
Next question. Right. Oh, man, fortunately,
was from Lady Laura Dane. Says, what do you think the Golden Company will do? Will they turn on Cersei? I don't think that they will. Well, no. I guess, yeah, turning on Cersei would be it. I think once they get over there, Euron will have already planted whatever seeds he needed to plant so that the Golden Company is firmly under his control. Like I've been saying from Jump Street, this whole thing with Euron and Cersei, Euron is going to pull a Rorschach from the Watchmen. And Rorschach, basically, in the Watchmen, when he got locked up and went to jail, you know, some idiots thought that they could actually get one over on him, and he would be a pushover. And that's just not the character that Rorschach is. He shanked some dude in like the middle of the cafeteria and looked around at everybody like, look, you're not locked in. Like, I'm not in here with y'all. Y'all are fucking locked in here with me. And that's the exact same thing that Euron is going to pull. He's not going to care that the mountain is there, because the mountain for him isn't the real threat. Jaime was the one that could get to Cersei's head, and Jaime's gone now. So no, Cersei, Euron isn't here with you. You're locked in here with him, and so that shit is gonna fuck her up.
So you think that that they are going to turn against her?
I think if they don't do it on their own, I think Euron is going to have a very large part in them turning on her.
Yeah, I see Euron when he goes over there to get them, that he took the money and basically bought himself the army instead of her. So she thinks that, oh, this army is for me, but they're under they're under contract through him, and I think that's going to be the thing that gets him.
Exactly.
B, what do you think?
I think that they're definitely going to turn on Cersei. I think that's the whole point. I don't know how exactly the timeline's going to like work out, but they have to get there before like the Battle of Winterfell proper with the White Walkers and everything. I think they'll get to Winterfell and they'll attack or something like that, and then you know it'll work itself, because I feel like that's the only thing that explains that part in the trailer where Arya is fighting and it looks like there's blood, is if she's fighting a human and it's the Golden Company attacking Winterfell. So I think they're gonna attack and they're gonna be like, wait a minute, you really a Targaryen and got dragons? Red or black makes no difference to me. Whatever, you know, and just switch sides, because at the end of the day, yeah, the contract is good as gold, but at the end of the day, what good is gold when the world ends? They're gonna know that there's, you know, this undead force coming to kill everyone.
Yeah,
I think that's gonna turn her.
Well, you got any more questions? We could probably answer like another 2, and then we're gonna have
I got one more. I got one more here right now.
Okay.
It says, does anyone think Arya might be setting a trap similar to how she took out the waif? And I think that's referencing the scene that we saw with her running through the tunnels. I have heard some speculations on this before, and I do believe it's possible, but there's so much going on and so much that we know is going to happen yet. I can't completely formulate what the trap would be.
Right. It's too little.
So like it's possible, but it's vague on how it could come together.
I could see it happening, but I'm gonna have to agree with you. It's very vague. So it could be that she's setting a trap, but you wouldn't be. It was like, who would she be setting a trap for? Why would she be setting it? Like, how did she have that amount of time to do it? I mean, I could see her setting it up, but it's too vague for the trailers to know if that's where they're going with it. It's a cool idea.
I think it is a cool idea too. I agree, but I don't think she's setting a trap.
Yeah, I think she's just scared.
I think she's that little girl. She's running for her damn life. She's scared. Like and this is like we have to really, and I know we've said it, but everybody really needs to take into consideration before we watch this. Like, what the hell could make her? She's a killer. She's a stone murderer.
That's why I think it's Jon's resurrected body. I don't know. It's got to be something really crazy to scare her.
It's got to be something crazy because she can't kill it. right? And I'm not saying can't as in like
Mhm.
whatever, she doesn't have the tools. Like she has the tools that she would think. She has Valyrian steel and she has dragon glass like on her. And
Right.
like she'd be able to literally kill anybody or anything. Literally at this point with what she has. And she's a
Mhm.
stone cold killer. What the hell is chasing her to where she's like, I can't kill it. Like I
Yeah.
can't even go near it. I can't, I'm just afraid. And
Like she's
it
almost
looks like
afraid
there
to
are
look
people,
back.
and it looks like there are people when she runs to that hall at first, you can kind of see the light. It looks like there are people fighting in the background. So like there's a fight outside. So people are fighting outside and inside, and you're right. Who is it? Like somebody, I obviously I still think it's Rickon, but like yeah, I can't wait to see who's behind her. Oh god. Yeah. Hard to
Right.
say.
Right. Got you. Yeah, I agree that there's what could make Arya so scared that she's running with that look on her face. Yeah, totally. All right, so last question of the night.
Yeah.
We got here. This was thank you, Sam, for snagging this for us. It's from Ellen King. So, what can Bran do as a skin changer that is useful? She says she rejects the Viserion theory. And I believe that's meaning that where Bloodraven said, you'll never walk again, Bran, but you will fly. I don't think that it will be warging Viserion either. I think it's like we said before that Bran will have to fight the Night King on a psychic level, and Jon will be the one that has to fight him on the physical plane. So I think I'm not sure how exactly it's gonna go, but I know with I don't know if any of you guys ever saw the Children of the Corn series. There was one of those where there was a book, kind of like how Voldemort had like split himself into Horcruxes. There was a book that held the soul of this evil entity, and they had to kill the entity on the physical plane, but also get rid of the book at the same time because it's like two halves of the worm. And I think that's what it's going to have to be with the Night King in this battle. He's going to have to be fought on the physical plane and defeated there, but his whole existence on the psychic level is also going to have to be obliterated, and that's where Bran is going to come in. Jon can't get into his head and fight that fight, but Bran can. So that's where he's going to come in to help win the battle. What do y'all think?
Go ahead, B.
I don't know.
That's not helpful.
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, like
I don't know.
it's a cool idea. I'm just not sure if they can pull it off on a TV series and make it entertaining. So I don't know. I know you don't like it, but I do like the idea of him trying to ward the dragon. Or maybe him trying to physically push himself in there but gets forced out. Or maybe he even does like goes big or goes home and tries to ward the Night King himself. I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
Um
That'd be interesting.
yeah, that's about it. I'm because I like the idea where you were going with the AK. It's just that I find it hard to see them pull that off on the show.
Yeah, I feel like
But I like the idea. Yeah, it's just one of those like, how would they like if it was anime? I could definitely see them pulling that off, and that would be epic. But I'm just trying to figure out how they would pull it off on the show.
Yeah, understandable.
So, this was fun, y'all. I'm so excited that we actually did a live stream, and it seemed like you guys had a lot of questions. So, let me know if you guys would want us to do like another stream where we just answer y'all questions. And I'm pretty sure the ladies, if we find time, we could figure that out. But I definitely enjoyed talking to you guys about Game of Thrones and our prediction. We basically killed off everyone. So like I said at the beginning of the stream, all of your faves are dead. But this was fun. I'm glad that we talked about this. So we're going to wrap this up. Thank you all for coming and joining us and talking Thrones with us and everything. Ladies, let them know where they can find you.
B, go ahead.
Okay, Lady B, you guys can find me in T Baby's description box right here in this here video. Actually, I'm here on YouTube, Lady B. I have a few videos that are interesting, and I have a lot more than I need to put up that are even more interesting. So thanks for coming out and listening to us, and I can't wait for the next season and whenever we're going to do this again.
Yeah, definitely, T. Thank you for getting this together and getting us on. I always love streaming with you ladies. I've missed you. I'm really glad we're able to do this tonight. I will say, as I always do, you can find me quicker on other people's channels than you will my own. However, if you want to, go ahead and sub me, I do have things coming up. Check out Mackenzie Burns' channel. I've got a few podcasts coming up with her. What has been increasingly becoming popular is the Ladies' Nights editions of the recaps on the Rewatch podcast that we've been doing. So check those out. Myself and Johnny B. Crazy have a series coming out soon called They Deserve It. I think you'll find all that enjoyable, because we'll be sarcastically saying basically how every other person deserved their fate because of the stupid fuck shit they let themselves get into.
I can't wait for that. And I want to be part of that.
Stay tuned to me and Johnny B. Crazy's channels. We're probably going back and forth on which ones we do that on. Myself, Living Shadow, and Fandom D Saint, the artist formerly known as BBM, will be talking some American Gods within another week or so after episode 4 is done. Hopefully we'll be getting back to The Walking Dead motion comics with the Walking Bread channel sometime soon. Check them out. Also, always hanging with my homies on the wall, we call it, Lauren Cullen, Mackenzie Burns, JR from Geek Chat 1. And also, shout out to Geek Chat 1 on Facebook. Go definitely sub to that page, because there's always some awesome things going on in there. And that's about it, I think. Sub to all of the ladies in the description, because, we get it popping sometimes. Once the season starts, I'll be doing live reactions for every episode, and I believe we will keep our discussion panels to Mondays. I know Drinks and No Things will also be doing discussions on Mondays, but theirs won't be until 7 Mountain Time, I think is what they're on. It's basically 7 for them is 9 o'clock for us. We usually go on around 6 for the Mad Queens on 6 Eastern Time, so I think we'll be able to do that without too much overlap, so everyone will be able to enjoy both groups on that same day. So just check your notifications, stick around. We'll be posting once we get our schedule set. And heart you all. Thank you for having me again, T Baby B. It's always good hanging with my girls, and I heart all of you.
Dang, AK, stay booked and busy. Okay.
I'm trying, man. I'm deep in these streams, man.
So, like I said, I'm glad that you guys enjoyed it, and give it a thumbs up. When this is up, leave a comment. Let me know any questions that you want, and we'll try to answer them another stream or something. This won't be the last time you see us. So, like I said, all of our links are in the description below. And until next time, Hodor.